Brings up
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
33-yard line.
Here's Watson. He'll get this to Phillip Lindsay, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards, a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. From the gun, here's Watson. And Cooks has it over the middle. It'll be a gain of 4. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsay. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Buffalo and Houston, 2 up-and-comers in the AFC, and you may remember they met in the wild card round a season ago. That game most likely to be remembered for the Deshaun Watson play where he spun away from the 2 defenders before finding Tywan Jones for a big play late. And that game went into overtime, tied at 19, before Kaimi Fairbairn won it with a field goal in the extra session. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. They go back to the ground now with Lindsay. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson. And a quick throw here that's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback, or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game.
One more time with Lindsay. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Is good. Makes the score Texans 3.
Bill, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play here for Buffalo. 41 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole. But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing a shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
The quarterback sacked. A loss of 7 yards.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
A 55-yard attempt.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt.
Is the game at 3-3.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Lindsey. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 3rd down, they're going to go with the option. And he's going to be stopped short of a 1st down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from
looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And the Texans scoop it.
Sets up a 1st down.
So not only do they get the fumble recovery on the punt, but now look at this field position. He almost took it the distance.
And the ability to not just make the play, but turn it into something big, that's what coaches harp on all the time. How do we create big plays that'll change the game? And that may have been one that just did.
They'll run with Lindsey, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
This defense has really flown around in the 1st half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On 2nd down now. It's Lindsey, and he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
Lindsey on the carry.
No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
On the play. Brings up 3rd and goal.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
At their own 33-yard line.
So here come the Bills out for their second drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey, and he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Now left side on the swing pass. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we said.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Fairbairn on for the field goal. A 47-yard attempt.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And the lead will increase to 6 now. It's 9-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
22-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen being chased out left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep. And this is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the... And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Antonio Gibson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bills are an extra point away from taking the lead. And this one through the uprights and good. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Philip Lindsay and the rest of the offense heading back out. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Now a first down throw, Watson. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Screen pass to Lindsay. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. The last two plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Out of the gun, Watson. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll kick it away for the second time.
The Bills take over 1st and 10.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. We got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's Allen. Going deep for Diggs. And it's intercepted. Lonnie Johnson picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
It certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. Now he'll escape to his left. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
2 yards on the pick.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
A final shot before half for Allen. And he's going to go down. couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Under pressure, they got him again. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Buying time to his left. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Play action. Now it's Allen. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
A gain of 6 there on first. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw again on second down. Allen, he's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
1st and goal.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
This a quick pass to Davis. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. Allen. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Stephon.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. From the gun, Allen eluding the pressure right. And my goodness, this is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and this Texans defense stands tall. And you wonder Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play. Yeah. But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
Twist here in the third quarter. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play. I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
5-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Watson. Caught left side by Cobb. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys that we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On second down, a run with Lindsey. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Ball carrier.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
10. At their own.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
And we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Antonio Gibson with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Tough there, good pass, hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Pulls it in at the 13. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And for them right now, not a done deal. They are holding down one of the final 3 wild card spots with 2 weeks to go. But, you know, there are others, Charles, kind of. And they take him down. The Bills get to him.
Deshaun Watson sacked.
A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg it. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula's not working right now. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now he's going to send this one deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. On first down, it's Watson. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Watson's pass.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
Gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 39-yard line.
Again, it's Watson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cobb. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 16. A good pickup there, a 22.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 15-yard line.
Another run by Lindsey. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Watson on 3rd down. And able to find Conley. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Chris Conley with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just haven't been able to punch it in until that point. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
21-yard line.
And now we move our focus to Stephon Diggs. And I think we both agreed he could have a really good game with this matchup, but over 200 yards now.
I don't think we saw it as that good. And I think what really makes it special is when games like this are occurring, it's not just getting locked in and in the zone and on a roll. It's continuing to adjust throughout the game because, you know, the defense is kicking coverages towards him, trying their best to slow him down, and he keeps getting the better of them.
Yeah, whatever they've done, it hasn't worked. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Defensively.
From the gun, Allen. And he's able to find Diggs. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On first down, Gibson.
Antonio Gibson.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10. At the Texans' 32-yard line.
Allen to throw. A quick throw going to be caught by Diggs. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run on first down. It's Gibson. He will push his way down to about the 14. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Allen. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Gabriel Davis, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills have broken the tie.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
At their own 25-yard line.
So Deshaun Watson in the offense. Down by 7. Under 1:20 to go. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40.
Intercepted by the Bills.
And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Forced out to his left. That is caught at the 7. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Now Allen. The quick slant caught. And the Bills are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
A 6-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd.
Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. To throw is Allen. That 2nd down play nets a -4. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Here's Allen. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Read it well, and it's picked. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
For 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game.
And got his man complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
Final score, Bills
Going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, You're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Bills, the win moves them to 8-7 now up.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Can I kick it? Flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask. Can I?
My power, and look at my dogs from. Way back then, claim what you saw, but you weren't with us. The higher the climb, the harder the fall, but how did you get up? I done got rich and went broke. I never bought in this pickup. Remember me being so bummy and being so hungry, I had to eat gristle. How did the lady go missing? Pressure remember she missed. At one of the functions, we caught on the rhythm. She caught up a friend that kissed and we dipped it, and that's how we kicked it.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain, can I kick it?